All right. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you, bro?
Doing good. Doing good. So we're here to talk about Buy Local drops January 31st.
Yes, sir.
And from what I know about the project, it's like kind of an encompassing idea of just like buying local music from local people. So talk about it a little bit. Kind of
Yeah.
what was your thoughts going into it? Um, and maybe just like the process of how the thoughts kind of came to you.
Yeah, well, we've obviously been doing like Last of the Nobodies and It's a Zoo.
Yeah.
And it's been inspiring for me. And because there's just so much like talent here locally. And, we're all just kind of here in the same mud, in the same shit. And it's like, if we can't support each other, then who is going to support us? And
Right.
I really wanted to focus in and just talk about that and go in depth on it because I've obviously been had my woes working with bigger artists and shit, and
For
it's
sure.
like, yeah, I don't know, like all the gains I've got, like it was never worth it. And it's like the songs I've made with those people, most of them aren't even as good as like the songs I've made with local people. And it's like,
Yeah.
why even?
Sure.
Because obviously there's like reasons to, but like, I don't know, when I can support my peers and make dope shit, that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah. It like feels good too, because like those are people that you can connect with too, and that like we all share kind of like the same perspective, and like even as I like listened to it, just like every feature that you did have on it like was very cohesive in like their perspective
Right.
of like what they, like the project's buy local. And I feel like that was encompassed very well. Like all the features that you had on there, like everyone was kind of in the same headspace
Yeah.
with it. It wasn't like, two guys over here talking about this and one guy over here is talking about that. It's like all very like linear in its perspective with
Yeah.
just it's a small market. It's a very underground market in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like we do have a lot of underground things going on, at least in Missoula.
Right.
And so it feels very like hush hush in a way.
Right.
But when you get to work with other people and like broaden that landscape, it's like it's such a dope thing.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. And it's
Yeah.
cool to see. And, it's not even something we really even had to like talk about. I feel like as soon as you hear like, yeah, the project is buy local, everybody's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like you just get it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Yeah. I remember the day that you sent me that ugly beat
Yeah.
or ugly equals
Ugly,
beauty.
yeah.
I was like, I was going through it. I was like, man, I really like, I need to make some music soon. Like I was getting all of my feels about it. And then like literally like 2 hours later, I just get this email and I went right to the stew, recorded, and it was like, that's a wrap.
Yeah, you got it back to me immediately.
No.
And it was like it was fire. It was perfect. It's exactly what it needed. And I feel like it's the perfect ending song, because I feel like the album does kind of go through like a process, and it does talk
Yeah.
about like my woes and like how hard it is and how ugly it can be being a small artist here, and like just trying to get through the day to day. It can be really tough sometimes.
Yeah.
And so to finish off with just like these ugly moments, these ugly times, that is the beauty. That is like, that's what makes it all worth it. And
Yeah.
I just feel lucky that, hey, I get to be going through it.
For sure. For sure. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, you like start the project off with like this narrative of like us versus them,
Right.
and it's this real like cool way of kind of separating and being like, hey, we're not a part of like this larger market. We're not a part of this bigger industry. Like, we're out here, over here,
Straight up.
and I remember I was talking with Signal about it because he listened to it the same morning, and he was like, it just gave me like chills just listening to the intro, because it's like, it just feels so real, you know, and like very authentic to how a lot of us do feel, you know,
Right.
out here in this market.
Yeah. And oh, fuck, I was gonna say something, but
No. Like what was kind of your like your process as you created? Like, was there certain topics that you feel like you wanted to address? Were there things that you just wanted to dive a little deeper into? Like, kind of talk about, I guess, some of those things.
Yeah, honestly, one day I was just kind of chilling,
Uh-huh.
and I was just thinking about it, and Buy Local, it just kind of had a ring to it for me.
Yeah.
And so and I had all those beats that you had sent me.
Yeah.
And so I started writing to some of those. And then, you know, I hit up Mello.
Uh-huh.
And I came in here with him. I listened to a bunch of, like, all his beats, picked out, like, 10, and then, like, narrowed it down to, like, 4. And Signal, same thing, you know. And I just started writing. You know, I think Couple Years is probably, like, the first one I wrote from it.
Okay.
And it's really like, it was really like the first one I was like, okay, this is what I want the project to be like. And
Sure.
it kind of gave me more of a guiding light. And then, you know, some of the songs, like the Peking Vulture song with Swag Ghosty, is going to be on another project.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I feel like it's like not really for this project.
Sure.
And I was like, you're right, because it's for this other project. Like, I don't know, when I wrote it, I'm writing to this Buy Local project, and and it's like, I was like, yeah, and so he let me use it for this project, which is dope.
Yeah, no, it was just like, yeah, it fit.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was like, yeah, it definitely is for this project, and I'm glad that it worked out that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the last 2 songs I made were the ones with Tommy.
Yeah.
Where I made the beat to him, because I was like, I feel like I just need, you know, I just need to, I need like 2 more, like I need these songs in there. Like I need the Villain versus Vultures, the sequel.
Uh-huh.
Because the first Stay Ugly project way back in the day.
Around what time? Like 2018?
Yeah, 19, 20 probably.
Okay.
Is when it started. It probably took it took a while to make, but
Sure.
But the Villains versus Vulture songs, that was always my favorite song off of that project with Tommy, and like we always perform it, and it's just kind of that same idea of like us versus them in the music industry, and like these people are just vultures that they just want to make as much money as they can off you.
Right.
And like it kind of kills the art of it a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I feel like that idea has to come back. It has to like be a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Buy Ugly song, I was honestly I was going through it. My aunt, she had just passed. She had really tough battle with cancer, and you know, I was just down. So I just had to you know, belt it out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, to kind of like backtrack a tad to what you had just said about like the money side of things with like art and whatnot, and like I think that's an important topic of discussion that's important to talk about, at least in our market, you know, as we're still like building foundations and creating a community. Is like we see what is going on in the industry with like people are really taking advantage of like relationships. They're looking how to advance themselves in a market, maybe not in like the best ways or like through authenticity or skill. It's very like you scratch my back, I scratch your back type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're in this really cool part of time and period of time where it's just like we all understand how it feels to be on the outside. So being able to like come together and make it about the art and not make it about like the money side of things is like a super important thing. And especially like using local producers too. I think that's a huge thing, because like it's easy. I feel like we've all done it. Is like go on
Get the-
BeatStars,
yeah.
buy a 10-pack, but it's like it's hard to sit down with producers or like to give your time to that. Like that
Right.
takes a lot of effort and energy, and I think that like that's an investment
Right.
when you're like willing to do that. So it's cool to hear how like cohesive the sound is throughout the
Right.
project,
I know, right?
because it's like it's all kind of coming from a similar headspace, a similar like mindset as well. And I think that just plays into like the cohesion throughout the project of like sonically,
Yeah.
like we all are kind of on the same page with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting when I was like deciding the track list, just like how like Signal's beats into Mello's beats into your beats,
Right.
just like it feels like they should go together. Like it was perfect. Like I don't know, I was like, as soon as I'd get the song in that spot, it'd be like, oh, that just flows right into that song, and it's like, I don't know, it's just nice to. It was nice to see. It was like a puzzle, and it was all the right pieces, and it was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and it's hard too, like making a project and figuring out like how you want it to flow, and like making an album is difficult, especially when you do have like an idea and you kind of like want it to come to fruition. You want people to understand it and like have it make sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're putting all those pieces together and doing rearrangements and like trying to make it flow, and then it like comes out and it's just like, that's it, you know?
Yeah, and like with This Is You, like me, you, and Tommy, we all kind of like made our own arrangements and kind of bounced off each other.
Yeah.
And for this one, it's like, I don't know, it's hard because it's like I want to do it, you know. I don't want other people to do it, but it's also like sometimes you need that outside opinion, but hey, it worked out.
Yeah, and I think like that's what makes it yours
Right.
at the end of the day. You know, I don't know. I remembered this quote very often, where it's like perfection is the enemy of good.
Yeah.
You know, like you want to put something out that's like positive and has some impact. And sometimes like the imperfections are what make it beautiful, you know,
Yeah.
which ties into like
Yeah.
kind of the messaging of like kind of working through like Stay Ugly and
Right.
all that stuff is like, as perfect as we want things to be, you know, we do care a lot about our art, but as perfect as we want things to be, sometimes like the imperfections are really like what brings the humanity into the art and like really makes it like yours, you know, authentically.
Yeah, you'd think with being co-founder of Stay Ugly, I'd be able to think that more, but
No.
it's tough, bro. It's tough.
It is.
And, it's just about just trusting the work. I've made music for a long time.
Yeah.
I know I thought it sounded good the first 100 times I listened to it. Maybe the second 100 times, like, wasn't as good, but hey,
Yeah, for sure.
we're here now.
We're here. Is there like a favorite song or a favorite moment on the project that you like enjoyed making or like thinking about processing?
I think it's kind of like it's like the new bias, because like I think along the way all of the songs were my favorite song,
For sure.
and then it's like they become, right now it's probably the VVV, the sequel, is probably my favorite song.
Sweet.
But it's the last one I made for the thing.
Sure.
Because a couple years that was my favorite song I ever made for a long time, and now it's like, I mean, obviously I still really like that song, but
You listen to it a bunch.
yeah,
you know?
it's like I've worked on it a lot.
Yeah.
I performed it a couple times, and like it's just like now it's like, it's part of me for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know, is it like a pimple or a beauty mark? I don't know, but it's part of me.
For sure. That's dope. Yeah, no, I'm like super excited for people to hear it, I
me
think
too.
that it's a cool thing to bring the community together once again, at your hand, which I think is great. Like you continue to put out work that like embraces community and really like bolsters people.
Yeah.
And I think that's like super important, you know, as we're like,
especially now, you know, with it's tough right now.
Yeah,
you know,
for
it's
sure.
Like you do have to trust in like the people around you, and I don't know. I guess that's all you can do, right?
No, right. I mean, but all the people that are on the project are dope, you know, and it's dope hearing what they all did.
Yeah.
And I feel
they all killed it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Everybody always making me look good. I appreciate
it. Hey, we're just the polish on the car, you know. Got to make you shine a little bit.
Straight up.
Fuck yeah. Is there anything else that you kind of want to say about the project? January 31st.
January
BUYLOCAL.
31st. You know, have fun out there, people.
Yeah.
You know, like Jai was saying, I was just watching it. You just got to keep making stuff. And
yeah.
It really is true. And it's like, that is how we get through the hard times, is you just kind of, you keep making, you keep doing what you like to do, doing what you can do.
Yeah.
Doing what you have to do.
And you like figure it out along the way, you know? Yeah, no, super important, like anecdote from that one episode. 'Cause it was just like, yeah, like you can do things a bunch of times, but like if you're not doing it and you're thinking about not wanting to do it, it's like you're not even like 100% eye on the ball.
Right.
You know?
You know, it has to be, you have to love to do it, you know, and you have to still have fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that shows with this project. So super psyched for you, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Hell yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bro. Abolish ICE.
Another album? Shout out Signal. Shout out Trip. Hey, we do it, man. Shout out Ugly, man. Shout out you. I've been on that local 46, that be the family, until I lose my vocals.